Hi everybody, we're looking at the 5.1, 5.2 formative assessment, and just want to let you know you're trying to identify the forms of the following equation. You're not really solving for anything, you're just classifying them. Now, we had a number of them. We had slope-intercept. Slope-intercept was y equals mx plus b. We had point slope. Point slope could be written as y equals y1 plus m times x minus x1. And of course, we also had standard. And standard was ax plus by equals c. No fractions in there. You could see x and y are going to be together on this left-hand side. All you got to do is look through these. With number 1, I hope you're going to see x and y together on the left-hand side. All you got to do is write that this is in standard form. Take a look at number 2. I hope you can see it looks just like y equals mx plus b. That's going to be slope-intercept form of a line. As we're taking a look at number 3, I hope you can see that's looking exactly like point slope. And finally, number 4 might look to be a little bit odd, but anytime you have an equation, please understand that the left side and the right side can be switched around. You could rewrite this as 5x minus y equals 10. In so doing, you can see that without any fractions there, 5x minus y equals 10, this is going to be the same thing as standard form. So these first 4 questions were meant to be very, very, very short. Hopefully you were able to do them quickly. Let's take a look at, say, number 5. The thing is, can we determine if the point, this x comma y that they're giving us, is a solution? Well, here's the thing. We've got 2x minus 8y equals 14, and of course that is standard form. We're going to plug in our x, we're going to plug in our y, and we're going to see if it's true. Here's 2 times your x value of 3 minus 8 times your y value of negative 1. Notice I'm writing a little question mark here. We need to see if this is really going to be true. 2 times 3 is 6. Negative 8 times negative 1 is a plus 8. A negative times a negative is a positive. 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 equals 14. You will get yes for your answer. This is a point that is a solution. Please realize you must have support to get credit for this question. You just can't say yes or no. Here's another problem for number 6, as we are finding the x and the y intercepts. To find an x-intercept, guys, please remember y equals 0. Your other variable will equal 0. So you will write 2x minus 3 times 0 equals negative 18. And anything times 0 is 0. It wipes out. In fact, you might remember we had a video where we even called it the cover-up method to find an intercept. It's like you cover up the other variable because 0 will wipe it out, won't it? You'll have a 2x remaining here. Here's negative 18. When you divide by a 2, you'll get x equals negative 9. Your x-intercept is going to be written as a point. Your y value needs to be thrown in there. That's the ordered pair, negative 9, comma 0. Well, if we wanted to find our y-intercept, very similarly, we let the other variable equal 0. We have this 2x minus 3y equals negative 18, and that means 2 times 0 minus 3y is equal to negative 18. 0 wipes everything out. Again, that's kind of like that cover-up method that we talked about earlier. That's why that works. Please, please, please be careful. On the left side, you just don't have the 3y. It's a negative 3y. That negative did not disappear. And then we would divide by a negative 3. And negative 18 divided by negative 3 is a 6. So our point with x equaling 0 right here, we'd get 0, 6. So there's just one last part, and my apologies, as we were dealing with a class kick assignment where there was a technical problem, and sadly the top part of your worksheet got cut off. I've learned how to fix that up. My apologies on it, but I did want us to revisit these problems because you're going to have to graph and you're going to have to name key features as well. And, you know, as we're looking at, say, number 7, of course, this is standard form. And standard form is always, always, always going to get you intercepts. That's the big feature here. So we're going to have to find x-intercepts. That's letting y equal 0. Let's rewrite that. Negative 5x plus 3y equals negative 15. You could do this cover-up method if you'd like. I'm just showing every little detail right now, but when you let that y equals 0, of course that's gone, isn't it? You'll have negative 5x is equal to negative 15. When you divide by a negative 5, you'll have x is equal to a 3. Your x-intercept will be 3, 0. Okay? And you could, even at this point, plot on the x-axis that point 3, 0. That's what an x-intercept means. It means you intercept the x-axis at the point 3, 0. How about for a y-intercept? Well, that's where we're going to let x equal 0. And you can see what's going to happen. This is going to go pretty fast. You know, your x is going to go away, isn't it? This is gone. So you have 3y is equal to negative 15. So y, well, when you divide by a 3 at least, you'll get y equals negative 5. So our y-intercept, will be 0, negative 5. And that's going to be down here. This is where we're intercepting the y-axis. 2 points determine a line, so you just connect those 2 points, and you're good to go. Guys, when you're looking at number 8, this is what we call slope-intercept. And that's like y equals mx plus b. We're going to have a starting point. That's our y-intercept, by the way. And that's going to be the y value of 4. That's your b. Remember, that's going to be 0, 4. So we're going to get some help with that. Our slope is negative 2, or we could say it's negative 2 over 1. And that tells us to go down 2 and 1 to the right. So how do we graph this? Well, we go to 0, 4. That's right here. We're going to go down 2 steps, 1 to the right. Down 2 steps, 1 to the right. You keep doing that. Keep going down 2 steps, 1 to the right. You could also go up 2 steps, 1 to the left. And without too much work, guys, you're going to have that thing graphed. Finally, we've got point slope. Point slope, we're going to have to be careful about. You know, we could write it as m times x minus x1 plus y1. And our starting point is an x1, y1. And I guess what we really have to be careful about is look at that minus x1, and yet we have a plus x1 over here. We're going to pay attention to that plus 4 right here as well. What's our starting point? Well, remember, when we have those parentheses, that starting point will always work out so that we have to do the opposite of what's with the x. Right? We have to change that. Just like you had a negative x1 up there, we wrote it as just an x1, right? Our slope is going to be 2/3. That means we're going to go up 2 because it's a positive 2, and then 3 to the right. And let's just graph this. -4, -5, we'll go 4 to the left. We're going to go down 5. That's your starting point right there. Then we'll go up 2 and 1, 2, 3 steps to the right. We'll do it again. Go up 2, 1, 2, 3 steps to the right. Do it again. Up 2, 1, 2, 3 steps to the right. You could also have gone down 2 and gone 3 steps to the left. You could see that, our starting point, we could have gone down 2 and go 1, 2, 3 right over here. But here is that line. I'm hoping this is helping you. We're going to have another formative practice to hopefully get your skills up.